Okay, I know you can see. All right, so if you look at page 6, please. Okay, so what we're going to look at is this. Can you see? Yeah, good, nice, okay. So if you remember from the first class this morning at 9 o'clock, I told you that the equations we are doing are called linear equations because they represent lines. So that is, when you draw the graph of those equations, you get a straight line. So just before we start that, we'll just talk a little bit about graphs. So just to make sure everybody's completely clear, this one here is the x-axis and this one here is the y-axis. Because if it's been a few years, you'll forget which way around they are. So that's x and y. Okay, so for example, I want to draw, or I suppose I should say, draw's fine. Draw the point 4, 8. So I have to put my numbers in. So this is the, in case you didn't know, this is the x and the y. So the 4 is the x and the 8 is the y. So I want to go to 4. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, tell me, what do you think? Do I need to go the same distance on the y, or can it be different? Does it need to be the same lengths or different lengths?
The same. Yeah, I would say the same.
Say the same?
Yeah.
It's good. You give me the same answer as the other group. That's good. Half the people say it's the same. Half the people think it can be different. And the answer is it can be different. Okay? But please be very careful. The units on the x need to stay the same, and on the y they need to stay the same, but they don't have to match each other. Okay? So for example, on the y I could go like this. 2, 4. You see, this is 2 units now. I don't need to keep it the same as the x. It can be different. Now, if you're never sure, the safest thing to do will be to keep them the same on both. Okay, that's the safest thing to do. So let's see, I want to go to 8. So let's see, I'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. I'll go up in 2s. Okay, so my point 4, 8 means I go out 4 and I go up 8. So I'm thinking about my next example. 4, 8. So that's a positive and a positive. If it was minus 4, it would be over here. And if it was positive 4 but minus 8, it would be down there. And then if it was minus 4, minus 8, I would draw it over here if they were both minus. Okay? Again, just be careful about that. Okay? Just be careful. Don't forget to write x and y here. Okay? In maths and in physics and in chemistry and biology, you could lose 1 mark in the exam if you forget to write x and y. Okay? So don't forget to do that. What's the name of this graph? Does anyone know the name of this graph? Yeah? Yeah, what would you call this graph? Just the graph, or? No? No one wants to guess? Possibly, yes, the x and y graph. Yeah. Wasn't a trick. But another name for it is what's called the Cartesian graph. Cartesian graph. Where's my pen gone there? So that's a little bit of vocabulary, okay? The XY graph, or you can just call it the Cartesian graph. Yeah? Okay, so that's a first example taken care of. So, do you have that?
No, just
Once, okay.
So, excuse me,
Yeah.
we can't make like distance or gaps in X line.
You're absolutely
like,
right.
Like Y. You made like 2, 4, 6, 8. But in X line, just
No,
you have to
it's
write 1, 2.
it's not really gaps, because if you look at it, all I'm doing is I'm going up in 2. So I'm going 2, 4, 6, 8. A gap would be something like 2, 4, 10, 12. When you skip something you should have, that would be a gap. But no, I could, like, I mean, I could have gone 10, 20, 30,
Yeah,
40.
That's what I mean.
That's fine. Oh yeah. The only thing that matters is you keep the same rule. So if you go up in tens, you stay with tens. You don't change it back to something else. That's all. So if I did here 2, 4, 6, 8, if I did the next one as 9, that'd be very bad. Or here, if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, that would be bad. Okay, next now. So next one's just a little bit of vocabulary, really. Midpoint. So this is when you have 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, and you want to know what is in the middle of these 2 points. And the answer would be this. Where's my pen? There it is. x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. That will tell you what point is in the middle.
Yeah.
In other words, it's like the average.
Yeah.
So, don't worry, I'm going back. Okay, you have this? Yeah. So let me just give you some examples. I have this graphing program here. So let's say, what was my first point I gave you? 4, 8. No. I need to. There we go. Sorry. Alright, let me put this one here. So where's my first one? 1, 1. Can you see that? Yeah. And let me pick, I don't know, let's say the point out here, 3, 3. So you can see just from looking at it that roughly the point in the middle should be around about here, 2, 2. And you can calculate this. What you do is you add the x's together. So 1 plus 3 is 4, and then you divide by 2, so that's 2. And then 1 plus 3 again is 4, and again divide by 2, so you get 2 again. Okay, so there's nothing much to say about that. So we'll go back here. So that's midpoint. So the example I just did, I'll do a different one. Let's say 1 and 3, and let's say minus 2 and 4. And you want to know the point that's in the middle. So it'll be 1 minus 2 over 2, and then 3 plus 4 over 2. So that would be minus a half and 7 over 2. Hey, you need to say something to them?
Just to
Yes.
you.
Oh.
Would it be possible for you to allow Jafar to leave us at about 3:40?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You were unable to have a chat with him.
Okay. Does he know this?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell
So,
him then.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so
We'll
yeah.
get to values, right?
Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so here that's just example of midpoint there. Yeah, 7/2. All right, so next one now, number 3. Oh well, you need to write that down. Yeah, yeah. Can you see that? So 1 and -2, add them together. Hey, I think I'm hearing Arabic, but I know that doesn't make sense because that would get you into trouble. So, and the second one here, 3 plus 4 is there. Okay?
Is that a 3 or a 2?
Which one? Here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely a 2.
I thought it was 3.
No, no doubt about it. That's a 2.
Is it still a
And that's still a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a 4, yeah.
Yeah, no problem with that.
No, we're talking about, is it 2 or 3?
Alright, okay.
No, not this one. It's in the red cell.
I'm exposing you to different ways to write the number 4 as well. There we go. Okay, can I go to the next example?
Sure.
Yep. Okay. Right, next now. Okay. Okay, so this is a linear equation. We know it's linear. We did stuff like this morning. What's different now is it has an x and a y in it, but it's still linear. But what we want to do is just practice rewriting. We want to rewrite this so it looks like y equals mx plus c. Now, for vocabulary, this here we say y is the subject. We say y is the subject.
You mean subject like numbers?
Just means when you say x is the subject, y is the subject, it just means your formula, your equation must start with x equals or y equals.
Okay.
That's all. Okay, so that's not too difficult because it's like what we did this morning. I'll take the 6x to the right and the 3 to the right. So I get 7y equals minus 6x minus 3. This stays on the left. So I have y equals minus 6 over 7x minus 3 over 7. So that's the answer. So write that one down. It's just practicing rearranging, rewriting. You wrote this down? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Alright, so it's again more revision of what we did this morning. Now, let me call this here line L. So let me ask this question. Is the point 1, 1 on L? So we want to check if 1, 1 is on the line L or if it's off the line.
You put 1
Yes?
in y,
Yeah.
and at the same time,
And
if the result is going to be a 1, that's good. And you put 1 in x, okay.
substitute.
Substitute, yeah.
It's like you use both of them.
That's it. You put
Y.
x is 1 and y is 1. So y is 1 and then x is 1. And you'll see that will become y equals minus 9 over 7, which of course is wrong.
Yeah.
So the answer here is no. If it's wrong here, we say it's not on the line. If it's true, we say it is on the line. So a quick English check here. What verbs do we use that, or what are other verbs that mean check?
Substitute.
Ah, not quite that, no. So a verb that means to check something.
Yeah, we know it in Arabic.
Yeah. You know, did you say you know it in Arabic?
No.
No? Yeah, but what's it in English?
Check.
Yeah. Another word that means check.
So synonym.
Synonym for check, yeah. Verify, that's it. Verify is another verb that means to check. So you want to just learn this vocabulary, okay? So another word, right down here. So check, well, it's a noun, but here I'm using it as a verb. And I think I have it in the question as well, possibly. Yeah, I do. Verify, also a verb. And they roughly mean the same thing.
How did you get how did you verify that 1.11 is not underlined?
Yeah, it all comes down to this part here. Because this is false.
One does not equal to
Yeah, it doesn't. They're different numbers. If you got something like 1 equals 3 over 3, then it would be true, yeah.
Yeah,
We say, it's like English, we say we verify 1, comma 1 is like the point.
The slightly different use of English is that you can use check as in like, we check, well, I guess I suppose it is the same. We check if 1 is on the line. But we don't really say well, I suppose we could. We verify if 1 is on the line. Yeah, it's not wrong. It just sounds unusual. We usually use verify as a verb for the question.
Okay.
So, like, if I wanted you to check something, I could also say to verify something. Like, usually verify is used in the question, but it's not usually used in the answer, which is what you're saying. I think we usually just use check in the question and the answer. But I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's not common. That's all. Okay. So if you want to verify, that's how you do it. You substitute. All right. Next now. Where's my pen gone? There it is. Okay. So now we're going to do our first example of how to draw a line if we're given the equation of the line. So I'll do 2 of these actually. Can I go down now? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So our first example, I'll do like 5a. We want to draw 4x plus 7y minus 3 equal to 0. We want to draw this. Yeah. You need 2 points to draw a line. So as soon as you have 2 points, you can start to draw the line. And the 2 points we usually find are the points where the line crosses the x-axis and crosses the y-axis. So first I'll find out where it crosses the y-axis. Does anyone know the noun or the name for the place where it crosses the y-axis?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept, yeah. Y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, you actually make x equals 0. So we have 0 plus 7y minus 3 equals 0. So this means y will have to equal 3 over 7. So that's our first point done. We know that 0 and 3 over 7 is on the line, is a point on the line. We always do this. This is our choice.
And if it's on the x intercept.
Yeah, and now next we'll do it the other way, yeah. So next we'll find the x-intercept.
Y will be 0.
Yes, that's it. Where's my pen gone? Okay. X-intercept. So we make y equal to 0. So if I make y equal to 0, I'd get now 4x plus 0 minus 3 equals 0. So here I get x equal 3 over 4. So now I have my second point. 3 over 4 and 0. Okay? So now I'll draw. You have all of that?
Yeah.
Not yet? Okay. Okay, so now let's draw. Now you'll notice that the numbers are all less than 1. So what was it? The first one was 3 over 7 and then 3 over 4. So I only actually need to go to 1. Now my first one was 0 and 3 over 7. So come out 0 and go up 3 over 7. That would be about there. And then my second one was 3 over 4 and 0. So go out 3 over 4, which would be there, and then up 0. So these 2 points are on the line. It's where the line crosses the x and y axis. So just straight line through it, and that's the answer there. Okay. Let me just close this. So what was the equation? 4x plus 7y minus 3 equals 0. All right, that's what a nice graph looks like. So you can see that I was right. I said it was a little bit less than half. So you can see it's about at 0.4. And you can see there 3/4 is in between 0.5 and 1. Okay, so it looks a little bit neater there, but that's the graph cleanly. Okay, so I said I'll do another example of this. This one's a bit different though. This would be D. Now, you still do this one in the same way, but there's a big advantage here.
You got the y-intercept?
Yep, that's 1. When the equation is written like this, you can easily see what the m is and what the c is. Now, I haven't told you what the m is, but you probably know it already from middle school. It's called the slope or the gradient of the line. And it basically tells you how steep the line is. So if m is a big number, it will look like this. If m is 0, it will look like this, and if m is negative, it will go down like this. So, just to be clear, that's what a positive m looks like. If the line has a positive m, it'll be horizontal if m is 0, and the line should go down if the m is negative. So if I go here now, I can see that the line should be going up. Okay. And as somebody pointed out, this here is actually the y-intercept. So if I make x equals 0, you can see straight away, if x is 0, I get y equals 4 over 3. So yeah, you're right. This is C is where it crosses the y-axis. A little bit more difficult is the x-intercept. So I make y equals 0, and I get 7 over 3x plus 4 over 3 equals 0, equals y, which equals 0. So I get 7 over 3x equals minus 4 over 3. Now, some people were confused in the last class. You can cancel these 3's here, but if you're not happy with doing that, that's fine. You can just bring that over here, divide by 7 over 3. But if you prefer, you can multiply both sides by 3 and cancel that. It doesn't matter. So you get 7x equals minus 4, so x equals minus 4 over 7. So that's my second point, is minus 4 over 7, 0. Okay, so let me draw that. So what was my first point? It was 0 and 4/3 and then minus 4. Okay, so I think I should need to go up to 2. Okay, so 0 and 4/3. So come out 0 and go up 4/3, so that would be there. And then my next point is minus 4 over 7 and 0. So minus 4 over 7 will be there. Yeah. Minus 4 over 7 and 0. So there's my straight line. Now that's good because that's what we expected, the line to be going up. And let me draw a nicer one for you. So we have, what did I say? Y equals 7 over 3x plus 4 over 3. Okay. Yeah, so you get the same thing. So that really is the same thing there. Just not as nice. Okay, so draw that one, please. By the way, if you did that in the exam, you get full marks. Okay, so if it looks like this, that's good enough for me. Okay, you got that, yeah? Okay, so next what we're going to do now is how do we find the equation of the line if we have 2 points already. So I give you 2 points and you want the line. So this one is a pretty common question. So the idea is I give you this point and I give you this point.
Yeah, we try to find m.
Yeah, you have to find the m first.
Yeah.
Now there is a formula for m.
Sorry?
There's a formula for m. Do you
Yeah,
remember it?
x2 minus x1.
Oh,
Is plus
try the other letter, not x.
Y.
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Yeah. That gives you the slope of the line. It tells you how steep it is. So just to help you out here, if I said m was 3 over 4, what that would mean is every time I go out 4 units, I would have to go up 3 units to get that line. If I said m was minus 2 over 3, that would mean every time I go out 3 units, I go down 2 units. Okay, so if you think about it like that, the top is the change in y, and then the bottom here is the change in x. Okay? Right, so that's all we really need to do the next question. So let's have a look at an example from the next one. Oh, sorry, I better give you a minute to write that down. Okay, so let's have a look at an example. You have that now, yeah? Yeah. So for example, I want the line that connects or goes through 1, minus 1 and 6, 9. So I want this line, the line that goes through those 2 points. And to help, that's called x1, y1. And that's called x2, y2. So first the slope of the line, the formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here that would be 9 minus 1 over 6 minus 1. So that's 10 over 5, so that's 2. Okay? So you're actually 50% finished. If you think about it, the equation of the line is just y equals mx plus c. That's what I'm asking for. And you already know the m now. So all that's left to do is to find the c.
I choose one of the points and then...
Any point, yeah. Well, choose any one, but which one should you choose?
The positive one.
The 6 and the 9?
Yeah.
Personally, I'd go for the first one.
Because
It's smaller. Yeah, it's 1 and minus 1.
Yeah.
So, to find the c, as you said, you have to choose one of the points, any point, on the line and put it in. So I'm going to use 1 and minus 1. So we have y equals 2x plus c. Now I use this point. To find the c, you use a point. So I have, what was the minus 1? Okay. Minus 1 equals 2 times 1 plus c. So I get minus 1 equals 2 plus c. So c will be minus 3. There's the c. There's the m. So you have the answer now. Y equals 2x minus 3. That's the answer. Let's check. Okay. That's it. I'll do another example just to make sure you're okay with that. Oh, wait, you need a minute for this? Yeah. Yeah.
So y equal mx plus c. What you call this thing? Is like
Equation of the
general,
line.
It's
Yeah.
General what?
Yeah, like you could say general equation of the line, because it is. It represents pretty much any line,
But there are like
with two exceptions.
Yeah, because
And, no, I know what you're saying. I've done this plenty of times. There are other formulas that'll give you the same answer. So somebody sitting here will be thinking, but can't I use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1? Yeah, you can. It's
yeah,
fine.
this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because
You get the same answer.
okay.
And there's other formulas too. I picked this one mostly because this course is similar to the A levels. So if you had an A level book, they'd probably use this way. Now, not all books are the same, okay? But the books for this course use this method. So I just picked that one. But if you want to in the exam use that formula, no problem. I won't show you it, but just for people who know it, some people use this formula from high school. No problem. You can use that, that's fine. Okay, another example now. I'll do the answer in a minute, but I'll let you try and do it first. So, give me the equation of the line for these 2 points. Okay, try that. Right, let me take the attendance here. This is group 1. Sultan.
Yeah.
Jafar.
Yeah.
That's you. Olivia. There's John. Ali. Raz. Nisa. Yes. Arif.
Yeah.
Daniel. Iri or Iri? Iri. Like as an R-A-Y type of sound?
Yes.
Yeah. Iri. Okay. Soon. Dana. Yeah. Mohammed Al-Kabra. Mohammed, other one. Yes, okay. Right. Okay. I don't know now. For the first class.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get you. It's terrible. Don't be late next time.
Actually, I was so late for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you're still late.
Yeah.
And I think it was 45 minutes.
I don't know. I think I can.
It's so long ago as well.
Yes,
Like,
yeah. Just that thing, because I was running, there like about 9.
We're too kind. I'll let you away today for it.
Thanks.
Okay. And I don't know if you heard Jafar, but Lorraine wants to meet with you now at 3:40.
With me.
Yes. I have no idea what it's about. I'm just delivering the message, okay?
Okay.
So you can go now, and if it's only a short meeting, we can come back to the class. I don't even know how long it will take.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, this is recorded, so you can get the rest of it later.
Okay.
Yeah? So yeah, you can go now. Oh yeah, you have to move. I think she's in Emer's office maybe. You know the one beside the reception?
Here in this building.
Yeah, in this building. You know where Sylvia is? The reception is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the office beside that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wait outside Sylvia's office, she'll see you.
Okay.
Yeah? Alright. If you have time to come back, you can come back in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Salam. Alright. Right. Do we nearly have that one finished? We have it finished? Yeah, go on, quickly try it. I want the answer for this one, these 2 points. You got it? Yeah? So first I'll get the m. So the m will be 2 minus 2. over minus 3 minus 1. So 4 over minus 4, so that's minus 1. So I have y equals minus 1x plus c. Or in other words, y equals minus x plus c. All right. Which point should I use?
1 minus 2.
Yeah. So using this point, what is it? 1 and minus 2. So minus 2 equals minus 1 plus c. So minus 2 equals minus 1 plus c. So c will equal minus 1. What did you get for c? Okay. Yep, minus 1. Yeah. So we have our answer. Where's my pen? There it is. Y equals minus x minus 1. Now, the question also asks to draw the graph. So I'll draw it really, really quickly. Oops. So where does this line here, where does that cross the y-axis? What's the y-intercept?
Minus 1.
Minus 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
0 minus 1. And is the slope positive or negative? Negative. So does it go up or down? Down. So the line will should look something like this, okay? Roughly something like this. So let's check it out properly. Y equals minus x minus 1. And you see, there it is there. Okay, so it's the same. Now, that's not good enough for the exam, okay? I just did that quickly just to show you. But in the exam, if you want full marks, you need at least to write in what this point is as well for the exam, okay? So for the exam, that wouldn't be full marks. You would need to find the x-intercept as well. Okay. I need to give you a bit more vocabulary. Can I go down? Yeah.
Yes.
So, just before I go on to the last thing in this worksheet, just a little bit of vocabulary. The y-intercept is sometimes just called the intercept. So if I ever say intercept, I mean the y-intercept. And does anybody know the x-intercept, its name? No? No? Okay. And the x-intercept is called the root. I'll use this vocabulary more in a later lesson, but y-intercept is usually just called the intercept, and the x-intercept is usually just called the root. Okay? Right, now, last thing. Whoops. Well, did you write that down? Yep, okay. So last thing. Okay. So this line, if I draw this line here, what's the name of lines that are like this?
Linear.
Huh?
Linear.
True, it's linear, but these lines that have no slope. That's true, yep. I'm looking for the name though. They're called horizontal lines.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's that one called? Vertical lines. Now you're right, you gave me the answer already, what I was looking for.
That one doesn't work.
Yeah, well see, this is the thing. When you have horizontal and vertical lines, you don't do what I did in the last example. There's a special way to deal with horizontal and verticals. If the line is horizontal,
M is 0.
m is 0, but the equation is just simply y equals 3. And if it's vertical, the equation is just x equals 2 in this example. That's it. There's no calculations. You just write that down. Okay? So this one here is for horizontal, and this one here is for vertical. And you can't calculate it. There is no, it doesn't work to try and use my formula that I gave you, because the slope of the red line, what's the slope of the vertical line? Does anyone know? Yeah, the vertical, what's its slope? No? Doesn't have a slope. It's kind of infinite.
Yeah.
So for these horizontal and vertical cases, you just need to remember this. If the line is horizontal, you say y equals a number. And if the line is vertical, you say x equals a number. Okay, now please be careful. Horizontal is this, but you don't use x. What do you use? Y. And vertical is this, but you don't use y, use x. Okay, so don't mix them up. Don't mix them up. Okay, now let's see. Great. So let me give you the questions then. So what I want you to do for homework then for the next class, if you can see, I just highlight all the last three in each question. So like for example, L, M, N, E, F, G, J, K, L, the last three in each question. You got what I'm saying here?
With age, yeah?
The whole page, yeah? Well, there's only 2 in number 8. So it's 23 questions then.
So,
But that's for Wednesday though, because we don't have class tomorrow. Yeah?
number 8.
Yeah, just A and B. Yeah, just both, yeah. You can do one of them twice if you want. If you want to make it 3, that's okay. You can do like A, B. You can do it twice if you want, don't mind.
Do what?
Never mind. Okay, so those ones are for Wednesday then, okay? But there isn't really any time for you to work on them now. So if you have any trouble, you can see me in the office then, okay? But those are for Wednesday. And anything else to say? No, I don't think so. Yeah, well, the other ones, yeah, from the morning. But again, that's for Wednesday. I don't think we have maths class tomorrow, do we? No. It's Wednesday, that's the next one. Yeah?
How are we going to find it like a over?
No. What'll happen is I'll just check in the next class. I'll just walk around, have a quick check that people have done their work. I'm not going to detail check everything. I just want to make sure people are doing the work at home. Yeah. But of course, if there's a problem, you'll need to tell me. I won't really see that in your homework unless I read it really carefully. You know. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it there. So that one's then. That's for Wednesday then. Okay. All right.